One Piece. Whoa. Now, before I get started, right now, if you see the scenery has changed in the background, because right now I'm in a hotel room in Anaheim, California. I'm here for a NSBE convention. NSBE is the National Society of Black Engineers. And I'm here pretty much to talk to certain companies and recruiters and grad schools and, see my options, what I have that is a good thing, bad things I need to work on, and so on and so forth. So, and by the way, Chase, what's up, bro? If you're watching this video, how you doing? Some guy I met in the convention on Friday who knew the King. The King's not that hard to miss. Big black dude with some swag. Yeah, it's not that hard to miss me. So, that being said, this chapter of One Piece, because you guys are saying right now, fuck my life, fuck your shit. This chapter of One Piece, first of all, I'm really happy that Treball was not taken out by one simple kick, because all these top executives so far have been, well, Diamante was just pathetic. Pika, I'm on the fence with. I really am. Treball, I don't know where he stands, period. So for him to be taken out in one kick by Luffy would have been some utter bullshit. So the fact that he's still conscious and aware and watching what's going on, watching Flamingo, that to me I think is a good sign, because I wouldn't want to see the top executives of the Don Quixote Pirates be just all of them be landslide in such in such a fashion, like Diamante. Well, he wasn't landslided, but it was just a really bad end for Diamante. It was terrible. So this means that Treball is still a factor, which means that we may see Sabo come in there and take on Treball, because he's going to that area right now. So it's very possible, because I highly doubt that Treball is going to let Luffy fight against Flamingo one-on-one, unless Doffy says, Treball, step aside, me and Straw Hat, Mugiwara are going to go one-on-one. We're going to see if the D still has the power to take over the world, or not take over the world, but find the One Piece and then be the freest man in the seas, and so on and so forth. Now, the next thing. Let's go to what's going on. Well, basically, the birdcage is closing in, and they're all evacuating to the center. Now, I'm thinking maybe at some point Fujitora could pull some shit off, because he's Fujitora. But at the same time, the birdcage is a very powerful skill. So it's closing, it's crushing, at the same time slicing, and people are going to die if nothing is done in time, pretty much. The time limit, I think, Flamingo gave Luffy was an hour. So Luffy has an hour to try and beat him. But he's had some huge help. And that's from Law. Now, Law was alive. And like I said before, it didn't make any sense to me for Law to die in such a way off screen. But how Law survived kind of tripped me out a little bit. I was like, Law can do this? Since when? Law, first of all, the entire time while wounded, while he had a severed arm and so on and so forth, he was maintaining this massive room, which apparently was shaving off some years of his life. I was like, okay. So he's sacrificing his vitality to maintain this pretty big room. It's not as big as the country of Dressrosa, but it's as big as a few mountains, to say the least. I mean, honestly, I think that may be the room. I think that may be the room that Law used against Virgo, or at least the same category, the same class of room. Just huge-ass rooms, because that room is encompassing way more than the castle. Like, the castle is like a small little bit of that entire room. The room is huge. It's overkill, but at the same time, he made it so big so they wouldn't notice. So he's able to teleport in this giant room. That's at least a few, well, not say a few dozen, but at least a dozen plus kilometers long. Or I should say in diameter. At least. That's my take on that. Now, that being said, bro, he was able to swap out himself with another person, just his body, not the clothes. Now that was funky. Just the body, not the clothes. So Flamingo didn't notice that he swapped bodies when he first got hit. And then Flamingo's pumping in bullets into one of his own men. Then they switch out, and that's when he talks to Luffy. So at the end of the last chapter, it was actually Law talking to Luffy. It wasn't a flashback. It was actually Law, like Mugiwara, yeah. And then Luffy goes for the Gum switch with Law, Gamma Knife. And this is an attack that is specifically designed to destroy internal organs. And that was a very impressive attack. The fact that he, boom, right there, Gamma Knife. He's going to bypass all of his defenses. And granted, Flamingo didn't have time to use Armored Haki. So, at least the hardening version of Armored Haki. So, I can't say that he would have gotten through if he actually had Armored Haki hardening on. That being said, though, he got through anyway. And the internal organs were destroyed. And then he finally gives him a counter shock on top of that. And I'm like, bro, that was impressive. That was very impressive on Law's part. But even more so was Flamingo. Because I'm sitting here like, Flamingo ain't done yet. There's just no fucking way. There's just no way. At the end of the damn day, it's supposed to be Luffy versus whoever. That's how it normally pans out. Luffy versus Rob Lucci. Luffy versus Enel. Luffy versus Crocodile. It's Luffy, motherfucker. I mean, one of the few cases that you don't have that is like on Thriller Bark, where it was Luffy plus Straw Hat Pirates against Gecko Moria. But, that being said, Flamingo gets up. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck did he just do? Like, I'm thinking he pulled some double ganger shit. I'm thinking like, the Flamingo that Law attacked was a fake Flamingo. Like, he was selling it. Like, oh my god, you got me. Like, and then he's like, yeah, no, that was a fake one. Like, I'm thinking he did something like that. Like, he logged him. In this case, he stringed him. No. It was something far more impressive. The dude is repairing his internal organs with the strings. Are you sure? How? What? Flamingo's powers are way more versatile than first perceived. I can see why he thinks that his power is one of the best powers out there. He's repairing his internal organs. I mean, when you see shit like that, it really makes you question, are the Logia actually the strongest among the Devil Fruits? Because some of these Paramecia are ridiculous. How he's really mending his internal organs with the string. You see that shit, you're like, bro? And he's just fucking there. But a step on Law, in comes Luffy, stops the kick. And it's pretty cool because you have Luffy actually looking pretty serious. And, I mean, we've kind of... This, to me, I think, shouldn't be the case because it's the new world. And the new world, it should be a hardcore place on a constant basis. But that goes against Luffy's character. Because Luffy, it takes a lot for him to actually start getting, like, super, super serious. Like a serious punch from like Saitama, like that level of serious. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like Luffy, he dicks around too much. His cock is always out. He's doing stupid shit half the time. And then even when Law was on the ground, well, I'm pretty sure when he saw Law on the ground, well, no, beforehand actually, when it was Bellamy and he had to punch out Bellamy, and then he had to fight against Law, or he saw Law on the ground, who was, he thought at the time dead. Then Luffy was gonna get like serious. But it takes that much. In the new world, it should be like instant because Flamingo is nowhere near the top of the food chain. So the fact that Luffy can still afford to dick around, given some of these dire circumstances, is amazing to me. It truly is. And I want to talk about that later in the video that I'll probably do like during next week because I still don't have much time for that kind of stuff. because I have so many videos to do that I need to make up on because I've been busy going to the convention. So, and I still have stuff to do today too. So, but it is what it is. That's a chapter in a nutshell. That's a chapter actually in its entirety. And I'll leave it at that. So this is King Lightning as always. Give me your thoughts on the chapter. Rate the video. It's not that hard. There's a mouse. Just click like there's a mouse. So rate the video, comment, subscribe. Law confirmed, obviously not dead. Still kicking, but he did shave off a few years of his life in order to maintain that giant room while he had a severed arm, losing a lot of blood, and heavily wounded even beforehand because he already had 3 bullets in him by Flamingo at the midway point of this arc anyway. So yeah, Law got fairly beat up in this arc thus far, truth be told. So that's it, I'm done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. The chaptering overall, I'm going to give it a good plus. Great. Yeah. Good plus to great. Because Flamingo, yeah, he really is just, he's out there, dog. He's out there. And God knows what the fuck other characters in the new world are rocking. Characters that aren't even that well known, but they're just as strong and not even stronger. Like, I would love to see where characters like the Shogun of Wano Queen, where the fuck he stacks. I don't know. Either way, I'm done. Have a nice one.